Welcome to Ask the Global Girl series, where you send in your questions, you leave your comments, and ask me a question about international business. And today's question is, what happens on Sunday when you're out there doing international business? What do you do with your Sunday? I'm Sebu Badaki, and I'm the Global Girl. So many times when you're traveling for international business and you're on a trip, it usually doesn't go just a Monday through Friday. Sometimes you're in another country on a Sunday. So what do? How do you spend that time? So I want to give you a few things that I think is super important that you might want to spend your Sunday doing that would even help you with your business transaction. Just about in every country worldwide, something is happening on Sunday. And it's usually families are getting together for big dinners, or there's a worship service that people are going to be a part of on a Sunday morning, or people are just spending time together with family and friends. So where do you fit into that? And how could you fit into that? If there's any opportunity where your colleagues or your potential business partners invite you out to spend time with your family, that is a definite yes. That's what your response should be. And why do you want to spend time with them? This is a great time not only to see them interact with their family, but it's also a time to learn more about the culture, some nuances that you could never learn being in an office or a professional setting. You get to see how they eat their different foods, but you also get to see how it's served, how men and women interact. You get to understand what the role children play in that society. You also get to see so many things in terms of how they relate to older people and what large families or small families. So many things can be learned just by going to a family dinner. I know for sure when I was in Ethiopia, one of the huge traditions is a coffee ceremony. There's no way you can go to anyone's house and not have a cup of coffee. And believe me, it is not one cup of coffee that you're going to have. There are several cups. In fact, in the Ethiopian coffee ceremony, each serving has a different name simply because just how super important it is. So those are one of the things, if you have that opportunity to interact, it also helps you get to know the culture better. Another thing is to go to a worship service. This is another opportunity to just get a glimpse of how the culture just responds in their worship. Is it a culture that's very quiet? Is it a culture that's very excited? And so those are just clues of how in the interactions that you're going to have with them in an office, you don't have to worry. So you're thinking, wow, they were really loud. Well, you know what? They're probably really loud on Sunday morning as well. Oh, they're very soft-spoken. They're probably soft-spoken in their Sunday worship as well. So these kind of things just give you clues of the culture that you're in and helps you learn the culture. Remember, in business, it is definitely the know, trust, and like factor. This is a great way to get to know them and a great way for them to get to trust you and you guys are to like each other. And another thing that you might want to consider to doing is some sightseeing. Go out and see the sights. Go out and explore the land. And that's everywhere from cultural sites to historical sites. These make great topics for you to talk about when you come back to the office. When you come back and you're having heated conversations, or even if you're just want to just shoot the breeze and have some moments before the meeting actually starts. If you're able to talk about some great sites that you saw while you were there and talk about the history and the culture, it's a great conversational starter, and it also shows your interest as well when you were in the country. You'll also be amazed of how many local people probably have not even seen some of the sites. You know, I just think about, I live in the city of Atlanta. How many times people who live here have not been to the Martin Luther King Center simply because we live here. So you might be also sharing with them some great historical sites that they've always wanted to see and not had an opportunity, and you get to share the wealth. Well, that's our question today. What do you do when you're out of a country, you're in a different place, on a business trip on a Sunday? Interact with some family if you have that opportunity. Go to a worship service, learn more about their culture through worship, or go sightseeing. But remember, the key is don't stay in your room. Don't order room service. Don't sleep all day. I know you're going to be tempted to do that. But just go out and explore and learn more about the people you want to do business with, learn more about the country you're looking to invest in, and get to see them in a whole different arena. I'm Sebu Badaki, the Global Girl, and this is Ask the Global Girl series. So if you have a question, go ahead and leave it in a comment, send me a message. I would love to answer your question. And if you have not subscribed to our channel, go ahead and do so now. Have an amazing day.